You ever been in a situation like that, like someone you know is talking crazy about you, and then you see him in person?
Um,
This thing on? Yeah, I think you get it. Welcome to QB Unplugged with superstar NFL quarterback
Deshaun Watson.
and me, myself, the quarterback consultant Quincy Avery. Brought to you by Lockerverse. Tap in for exclusive content. Join the Dog Pound community. Each week we bring you a unique perspective from the quarterback position with not only the best NFL, but college and high school quarterbacks as well. Bo, how you living?
I'm good, man. Another week, another blessing, man. So I'm good over here. How about you?
Man, I'm cool. How rehab going? How the shoulder doing? You know what I'm saying?
Rehab real good. We 9 months today, actually.
Wait, 9 months or 9 weeks? You
9
tripping.
weeks. My fault.
Uh-huh.
9 weeks from post surgery. So I mean everything's going smooth. We right on track, a little bit ahead. So they gotta, kind of slow me down and make sure I'm doing everything the proper way. And we take it one day at a time.
Yeah, man, I saw AB talking about you was ahead of schedule. I try to save my injury updates for each week on the show, you know what I'm saying? I like to talk to you about the regular stuff, but that's exciting to hear, you know what I'm saying? Your shoulder ahead of schedule, feeling good. How long before you start throwing?
So so probably another 5 weeks at the front end, 4 to 5 weeks at the front end. And then for sure another, 3 weeks after that. So between the 3 months and 4 month range is where we start throwing, and definitely after 4 months, going into 5. So, I would say probably April. Hopefully, if everything goes all well, I'll be able to do spring, and we'll see when we get closer to that.
Exciting times. Also hired an OC, all that good stuff.
Yes, sir.
Would be remiss if I didn't tell AVP. I thought you did a great job, my man. I know whatever situation that happens next, you're going to kill it. One of the most respected coaches in the NFL, so salute to that gentleman.
Definitely agree.
Are you on YouTube? You've been on your socials? You've been on the IGs and whatnot? How you been checking it out?
Yeah, wow. What you guys playing? Something to tell me.
Nah, so today I'm looking and I'm scrolling and I seen Cameron and Ben Simmons. Right? So I guess the story is Cameron was talking crazy about Ben for missing games, XYZ. Basically said he was faking his injury. Post game, Cam, I guess, is going through the VIP entrance, and he said Ben Simmons just mean mugs him, like grills him.
Like,
right, I'm saying? It was a close enough distance where he felt pressed.
Yeah.
But then he went from pressing him with the eye contact to just walking by. It just like, and Cam like, man, we're not gonna play the type of games out here. You ever been in a situation like that, like someone you know is talking crazy about you, and then you see him in person?
Nah, I mean, outside of just like media folks, not necessarily like anybody that I know or anybody that I ran into. I haven't ran across anybody like when it comes to media folks. The media folks be, they be talking real big on Twitter, and then when they get in the locker room or we pass by them pre-game or after games, they all friendly, or they don't say nothing at all. They act like they don't see me. You know what I'm saying? So some lame stuff like that. But like just but I feel like Cam though, like he ain't the normal, he ain't the average. Like Cam was saying last week, like he a real
one. Yeah. They got OJ on their show. He's talking about he gonna help box up, you know what I'm saying, Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
He was talking real greasy.
I ain't really had that opportunity or really had that energy just yet. So I'm pretty sure though, it's a lot of people on my list. So
I bet it is. The cool thing is, I hope you go on. We're going to Super Bowl. It's a lot of people like I'm looking forward to bumping into at the Super Bowl because you can't really hide. Either we gonna see you Radio Row, right? Yep. And you're gonna have a conversation. You're gonna have to really say something. Or, we in a club in a different situation. Like every year we go to the club, we seem to see Nick Wright, drunk ass, in the club, talking crazy, hair all greased up, trying to be friendly. But, when I see him this year, I'll be like, Hey, I've been seeing a lot of stuff you've been saying. Oh, well, let's keep it football. Nah, let's keep it whatever. However you was talking out there, I don't
Yeah,
think people understand, like, disrespect is disrespect no matter
especially
where you do it.
especially how you try to come personal with the situation. If you don't keep it football, then let's keep it football, and that's all entertainment. But when you cross over to the personal side and you try to take jabs and take shots because you got your own emotions, all your own feelings towards somebody, that's cool. Everybody's entitled to that, but like keep that to yourself. You ain't got to get online or on TV and just be taking slit shots. And that ain't just for me. That's for anybody, any player. You feel me? And I think that's why players be feeling some type of way because you take it that way. But most of it's entertainment anyway, so.
Yeah, there's a line and they be crossing. You know what I'm saying? They go too far. And that was the same type of time I was on with Brady Quinn. Like, oh, okay. Now you've taken it too far. So I'm at to see you. So however you feel about the things I'm saying.
Who's the other dude that responded?
Man, I don't remember. Oh, Matt Leinart, whatever. Yeah. I be seeing him in LA all the time. He be trying to be on the cool, you know what I'm saying? There's my son. Look at my son. Okay, yeah, but what up though? Hey, no, let me holler at you. Let me grab you by your shoulder and see if it's that same energy. That the way I grew up, right? Like if you have a problem with somebody, you're gonna address it, and however it goes after that. But once one level of disrespect, I'm not taking the high road. I don't know that path.
Yeah,
right? You know what I'm saying? Take the high road.
I got
to. You take the high road a lot.
Bernie, I'm gonna let my team do that. I'm high road until we get and then we'll see what's going on.
Yeah, we've been out places, and you see, like, man, Quincy just gonna take it there. But it is what it is. That's how I was raised. So we'll see. But yeah, that's that on that.
Hey, what about speaking of social media? I think earlier today where Cam said he will only come back to play for Atlanta, and I'm hopefully I'm saying it the right way. I'm not sure if he said. I think he did say he will only come back to play for Atlanta, or he's saying he will come back to play for Atlanta. My personal opinion. What did he say? Did I say it wrong?
No, he said he would only come back to play for Atlanta. Like it's over with unless it's Atlanta. What you thinking?
I think that's a great ass idea. Atlanta needs some juice. You know what I'm saying? I had the opportunity to go home. I chose Cleveland. Best decision for me was to be in Cleveland, be with that team, that organization, for sure. For the long run, football, everything. But I think Atlanta needs some energy. Atlanta needs some juice. Atlanta needs Atlanta. That's what it needs.
Atlanta needs a real one. You know what I'm saying?
They're
not gonna Desmond Ritter, but they need somebody who go take the city by storm.
Take the city by storm. Get people in the stands, and that's where it should start. And then everything else is gonna follow. You're gonna get guys there because of Cam, because the energy is high. You're gonna have every celebrity there. People want to go to the games, but if you're not winning, of course somebody's gonna show up. So like for Cam, I believe he can still play. I believe he can still play at a high level. And get him out there, give him an opportunity, at least come in to compete.
Yeah, I think he wouldn't have no problem with that. The thing is, I saw Cam throw maybe like 6 months ago. I thought he looked solid, right? And the thing about Cam is it's not just his throwing. He can run. He can do some of the other things. And let's say you want to go, he thinks the game. He understands the game, and he gonna change the locker room. There's a lot of shit that go on in that Atlanta Falcons locker room that I don't think is consistent with a team that wants to be winners, wants to be dogs. And I think Cam has that energy. But he also, let's say y'all go draft a quarterback. They go draft a quarterback this year. You got Cam in the building. Cam can be the starter. I think we look at Mahomes, the best thing that probably happened to him was not having to play his rookie season.
Yeah, what?
Right? Alex Smith was there. But you remember that the summer before y'all senior year, our junior year, we was all thrown in LA.
Yep.
And Pat was talking about like, man, I never took a drop. Like I ain't never did none of this shit. And like he could throw the ball, like, you know what I'm saying? But he just hadn't been coaching those ways to be able to walk into a building right now and be successful. He like, man, I don't read a defense for what? What the fuck I gotta read a defense for? We know that we running. And he knew his system like hell, but I don't think he had to learn the other parts. He had that rookie season where he got the opportunity to do that. So
and he's with one of the Andy Reid.
Exactly.
And best, I would say, best just overall quarterback in Alex Smith. Great person, great professional, know how to play the game, was very successful winning. You know what I'm saying? He didn't win the big one, but like he was close, damn near close with certain teams. You know what I'm saying? So it was like going into that situation, like it was good for him, I can tell. And shit, now he ain't, look at him now. See covering championships in a row, like, yeah. So
Damn. Yeah, he been out here rolling. So you talking about conference championships. How you feeling this week? What you thinking? Chiefs, Ravens, and what we got in the NFC. 49ers, Detroit.
Chiefs, Ravens. Like I said the week before, like, you can't go against Mahomes and the Chiefs. They're going to find a way regardless. Like, it's going to be the defense, it's going to be the offense, something. But I think at home with the momentum, it would be crazy for me to say this, but I'm going to probably rock with Baltimore.
I, like you, don't really know. I know it's going to be a close game. The only reason that I hope Baltimore wins is so that I do not have to see Taylor Swift sweep on my TV. I just don't want to see it. No knock against Taylor Swift. She's super talented. She's cold at what she does. But I don't want every time something happens in the Kansas City Chiefs game where I have to look at her in a suite cheering. Or them acting like the white people invented swag surfing. Like, I don't want to see white people offbeat swag. I'm like, whoa, what is this?
Worry about that?
Yeah, I said something on Twitter. Like, come on, man. There's too much mayonnaise in this swag shirt. Okay. I'm trying to really get my my AUC roots. Yeah, and I gotta watch them over here offbeat. They can't really catch the vibe. It wasn't what I signed up for. I want to see good football. If you're gonna show the stands, let me see some who's actually dancing well. Okay, I need to see that.
Yeah, you better lean on Baltimore.
Yeah. I can't wait till I see Baltimore, Detroit in Vegas. A bunch of Cartier bust downs.
You already made it a Detroit. You want Detroit.
Who do you want? Detroit, 49ers. Who you got?
Who do I want? I don't really care for either.
You don't care, yeah.
Unless it's
so
Cleveland.
Who do you think?
Do I think? It would be dope to see Detroit, though. I'm not even going to lie to you. It would be cool to see Detroit and Baltimore for sure. Who I think the 49ers going to pull it out.
If Debo is healthy, I'm thinking the 49ers.
You don't think he plays?
If Debo can't go, I don't think they got a chance.
He's going to play.
Because maybe. He didn't come back in last week. He back out here in the sweatsuit last week. I don't know what's going on with his shoulder. You might need to send him like some of your rehab tips or whatever you got going. But if his shoulder is not
one before the big one, bro. You got 2 weeks. You got 2
that
weeks.
That has so many shots in his shoulder.
I just need your presence, Devo. Like, I just need you on the field. Like,
I just need them to think you might get the ball,
so they can roll this way, and I'm going to Ayuk or I'm going to Kittle. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just need that.
When you were going through your shoulder stuff, how many shots did you have to get so you could go? Like, how many shots do you think Debo about to get to try and be able to ramp this thing up?
I only got the Toradol. That's all. You
just took the pill. You didn't do the shot.
I didn't do, because I ain't really big into all that. So, like, in my mind, I'm just going to deal with the pain. Like, whatever it is.
You ain't no needle guy. That's why you ain't got no tats like that. That's why you absolutely
I got a couple tats on my arms. I actually want to get my back tatted, but that's another topic. But, like, yeah, I'm not a big needle dude and, like, shooting up. First off, I couldn't numb it because, like, I need the muscles to throw. I got to feel where the ball is. So, but for Debo, necessarily, like, he can probably numb it just because I can carry it in my left or whatever arm it is, rather than, but who knows? I think he gonna step on the field just because it's the one before. They missed out a couple years before, I think last year and the year before against LA, and then they lost the one in Miami to KC. So, like, the Super Bowl windows are small. That window, you got to get it when you can.
Brock gonna have to get paid sooner or later. How you feel? You see, like, Richard Sherman and all them arguing about Brock Purdy today?
Now, what they say? I've been doing rehab and PT.
You've been rehabbing all day? All right, so Richard Sherman was basically calling Brock Purdy like elite, saying this, saying that. And then, there was a lot of folks on ESPN, the ESPN side, saying Brock Purdy, basically saying like he was the definition of, seemed like under a game manager. To me, I watch Brock Purdy, right, and I see someone who maximizes everything that they have physical talent-wise. The reason that he's so successful, he's with a great coach, but he plays on time and with anticipation, right? And those things, like, he is so good at understanding what the coach wants him to do. Get here off one read, get here, you know what I'm saying? Like, his eyes, feet, they sync up, and he throws on time, and that makes him a good quarterback. Would he be good if we asked him to go play in that Houston Texans offense that you used to be in, where it was really free-flowing, you just kind of read it left to right and you figured things out? No, I don't think so.
Facts.
Right? But he's in the system he's in, and he's balling.
Now,
but I don't think he's not elite talent. He's just playing at elite level.
I can agree with that. As far as talent-wise, yeah, for sure. Like, yeah, you're not going to sit Brock Purdy right next to Lamar Jackson and be like, yo, I want you to do exactly what Lamar's doing. Come on, bro. Like, make it make sense. So, like, I agree exactly what you're saying. Like, he's maximizing his elite talents that he have in that system. And Kyle Shanahan is doing the same thing, maximizing his play calling with his elite attributes and allowing him to play on time. And that's why they're winning. That's what you got to do. And if all that stuff don't sync up, that's the things that a lot of people don't see. If none of that stuff sync up, then that's where you have some type of disconnection and things like that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
We talked a little about, I know last week we talked about a lot, but there was something you said that I noticed caught somebody's attention in Houston because people kept tweeting at me about it or sending me the tweet. They didn't tweet at me about it. I kept getting it on text. Did you see the guy who was acting like you didn't like the first 15 being scripted and whatnot?
Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. I think it was it was Cleveland. It was
Cleveland. Somebody in Cleveland. I didn't know who it was. I'm sure somebody sent it to you on text just like I got sent it to.
No, I always get it on Twitter. You know what I'm saying? Somebody can add me. I'm going to rap by it and see it. But it was like, I think the dude's name was Adam the Bull. I think he came out and saying, like, I was complaining about every coach about the first 15. Look, I never said I was complaining about anybody. You can go to any coach that done coach me, any player that done play with me. Foe ain't going to complain about nothing. I'm going to put it all on Front Street, put it on the table. If I got something to say, I'm going to speak it, and that go from coaches and all. I just said, me as a player, if you look at my career history, I've always gotten better the course of the games, the course of the seasons. That's just me, from college, from high school, regardless. So, like, that's what I was speaking on. I've never been a fan of the first 15. I'm not saying I never sat here and been like, hey, coach, I don't want to do the first 15, just call random plays. No, I'm going to run the 15 and try to execute as best my ability. But for you to sit up here and say that I'm complaining when you ain't even spoke to me or even you don't even know the situation behind what I'm saying, then, like, you can't sit here and say I'm complaining. I've never complained once.
I think people look for the negative in whatever you're saying, right? And it's just kind of the situation that you're in at this point. But you're someone I've known for a really long time, and we have a lot of conversations, and you don't even complain to me. Like, I'll ask you, and we'll get to an answer, but I've never heard you complain about anything. And I even hear that. I actually talked to a coach the other day, and I'm like, actually, of all the people that I work with, Deshaun wants to be coached harder than anybody that I know. And he's like, wow, that's crazy. I would have never thought that, the things that I've heard, right, from people who haven't even coached you, right? So you see how, like, people talk, he's like, oh, Deshaun doesn't want to, he's not really receptive to that. I'm like, well, that couldn't be further from the truth. And I think that whoever they get as an OC, I can't wait to see somebody really coach him hard, right? And make him do all the little stuff because he loves that. And I think that's what makes you the best player that you can be. So it's weird just to hear the things sometimes folks be talking about when they don't really know. And you just start forming opinions or, oh, I think he left Houston because of this or that. It's crazy. Bill O'Brien did a lot of wild stuff there. And You was rolling with him. You stuck through him thick and thin. Remember? I remember you at the press conference. Like, Bill O'Brien's my dog.
It's like, and this is a whole nother topic, a whole nother episode. It wasn't even Bill O'Brien. You know, the people that you know the situation. And the reason why a lot of us, and I'm not just saying just me, it was me, it was Nuke Hopkins, it was J.J. Watt, it was Kareem Jackson, it was Jonathan. Name all the ones that was there. We all got up out of there. Either by trade, release, cut, DJ Reader. They all know what's up. And the organization knew what's up. But, you know, like I said before, business is business. And we got to move on and we part ways. We salute. And ain't no bad, like, energy. I love the city of Houston. I love Houston. Like, I love the H for sure. So, like, I love all that. But, like, for people
I love the H Mo. Sunday, Monday, come holler at your boy, man. Yeah, I'm pulling up at camp. I'm pulling up at Prospect Park. We doing all that. We're doing all the activities.
All that. But you know, the thing is, though, like you were saying, is like, I don't speak on nothing. So, like, people come out with the negative and try to create this narrative where it's like, nah, that ain't even me. You can ask anybody in the organization. You can ask anybody to play with me. Like, I be chilling. I'll be I'll be vibing. And, like, there's coaches, you know, that have coached me who's asked me to be more vocal about certain plays they should call. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I want you to highlight this. Give me the script. I'm doing this a little bit more, all right? Really cross out, because I hate cross out plays. Because to me, I think excuse my language, I think every damn play gonna work. I'm trying to execute to the best of my ability. But, you know, a lot of times it's like, nah, you know what I'm saying? Like, you should cross this one out because I know you don't. Now I like this play, so call it. Like, if you call it, I'm gonna try to execute it.
If y'all put it in the playbook, I'm gonna make the shit work. I'm gonna figure out a way to make it work.
Figure it out, because I know, like, it's gonna work against certain. You know what I'm saying? But the defense, they get paid to do what they need to do.
Last question: did you watch the end of the first half with the 49ers? Did you see that?
The end of the first half. No, I didn't see that one. Talk to me.
Well, I want you. I can't. Nah, Kyle Shanahan to me is one of the sharpest people in the NFL, right? In terms of how he sees the game, how he calls it. I'm not a fan of him as a person, but I think he's a great coach.
Wow.
X's and O's why. I think that he is one of the worst clock managers to ever walk the face of the earth. I do not understand what these folks be doing. He has one of the best offenses in all of the NFL. You got Debo. You got Christian McCaffrey. You got IU. You got Kittle. You have Purdy, who does exactly what you want him to do at all times. You have what is essentially a 2-minute drive, and he just acts like there is no clock. Like the 2 minute, like, oh, we got all the time in the world. They're up there letting the play clock go down to 40 to 5 seconds, doing this and third. And I just don't understand how somebody who is that good or understands football at that high of a level cannot understand clock management. He can't read a book to understand clock management. There's nobody who's came from his father's tree who's been an excellent manager of the clock, and I don't understand it. Homer Smith wrote a book that tells you how to manage the clock. Just do it.
And what if it's that system, though?
Like, they're just like, yo, fuck the clock.
Like, yeah. That system might just be like,
hey, here's what we're gonna do in practice, guys. We're not gonna worry about the clock ever. We're just gonna run our plays, and the clock runs out. Fuck it.
Yeah, and for real, because that's why, like, a lot of times you hear a lot of people say, and I don't know, like, but because I've never been in Kyle's system or anything like that, but a lot of people say, like, if they're not up big early on, like, or even close, like how the game was, like, they're down 14 plus points, like, it's hard for them to have that 2-minute urgency. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like every team have it, especially nowadays. Like, that's just how football is. But yeah, that's kind of crazy for yeah.
And then the Buffalo Bills end of the game situation, they trying to slow down so they don't let KC get the ball back. The first priority is score. Like, let's go score. I know that was on Josh Allen's mind because that shot he took down the field to number 10.
What was your take on that? You think he should have threw the post or the seam? Or you think he should have threw the shallow underneath?
I think that he should have thrown either of those two, honestly. Like, if I'm just looking at the play and reading it out, Hold on, let me pull it up real quick. Let me pull the play up for you.
Yeah, let's do that.
We'll talk about it. All right, can you see the joint?
Uh-huh.
All right, so as we looking at it, what I'm seeing right now is, okay, so they're 3-by-2, but he's going to short motion Stephon Diggs, right? So short Stephon Diggs. Some miscommunication here already. I know that because look how John Allen was trying to aid Stephon, and he told him already, I was watching the game, that he couldn't move. Okay, so boom. We got 3-by-2, we're at empty. So we're at empty.
Yeah.
Up top, he's locked. So that's man-to-man. Now think about everybody else is going to be running sail with the corner from whoever's the new X, right? So we're going to go sail. So number 10 is running vertical. The tight end is going to be running the sail, and then Stephon Diggs is going to be running the shallow cross. Now, let's just watch it slow-mo.
Maybe pause it right there. So I get what he was. I see what he was looking at. He probably saw
flat-footed safety. Safety flat-footed, right? And he's thinking, I'll take a shot.
We call it like a. It's not buff. We call it, but everyone has different names. It's a bracket cover. So 3/2. Backside is just 4 quarters. It's 3/2 between the number 2 receiver and number 3 receiver. Like you said, the outside guy's man. So if the number 2 receiver go vertical, the nickel should take him, and then the safety basically can make a decision. Like some safeties will peel on the sail.
They're gonna drive a number 3 and take the sail away, right?
Exactly. And like right now, even though the safety didn't even know he made a good play,
And it's crazy because he's in no man's land, though. His feet are stopped. Like, I understand why Josh Allen, and really depending on what he heard in the headset prior to this play. Like, if they're like, yo, let's look alive. We're on the 26. Like, don't feel bad if we got a chance to score. Like, go ahead and take a shot. But if I'm reading this thing regularly, like, if I'm just reading this thing, how we've been taught to read this thing our whole life, this ball should come out of his hands right now. Like, this tight end should have the football on the 15. We got a first down and we're rolling, right? Yeah. But then if he throws his ball to Stephon Diggs, now let's look at it from this angle. So that angle looks cool. But now if he throws the ball to Diggs right here, I'm not sure that if Diggs gets the ball right here, it's as big a play as people are talking about.
It's big.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it's big. It's a big play. I ain't gonna lie. He's gonna catch it.
You think Stephon Diggs?
If he catches in stride, the tight end, all he's gonna do is shadow and get in front of the running back. I'm at the linebacker, and he's right up the sideline. He might even score or get at least inside the 5.
He may. But when do you pass up an open receiver? Like, let's take away the go. Do you pass up the tight end if your first read is open? Should he get the ball?
I think based off looking at this play, because the NFL is all similar but very different. You know what I'm saying? Looking at that play, I would think Joe Brady was trying to get a matchup on number 32. And 32 is a hell of a ball player. But if you had to pick one thing, trying to cover in space. He can cover in space because he's athletic. You see him a couple of times this game covering Diggs and empty. But that's the key of this coverage. They're locked outside. You clear him out. The number 2 receiver is going to take 2, like on this play. He had the opportunity to hit it, but as you played it, the safety did kind of go back. Once the tight end wins leverage and he wins, it's basically it's like a pressure route. It's the sail route. You just throw it out there, he catches it up, he turns up, get pushed out of bounds at the 10. I think that's what he was doing. Josh probably was thinking of the big play. Like right here, of course, we can stop it. We can stop it. Like we always, every Monday we go in there, we watch the tape. It's easy to sit here and stop it and be like, but that's how you learn. But at the same time, I think they were trying to understand. Joe Brady was trying to get the tight end and the Mike linebacker one-on-one with him.
Put him in a bind, right? He got to make a decision which way he's going to go. If that's the case, then I know this for sure. If we all run it like pressure and tight end is my number 1, he's open. The rules say if he's open, he gets the ball. Your QB coach is never going to get mad at you. If number 1 is open, you throwing the ball, he's never going to say a bad word, chief.
And the key is you try to take the highest percentage completion ball in a 2nd and 9. So you got another down. If you give it to Diggs and say he get tackled, he's going to get tackled at the 20. It's 3rd and 2. And the clock is running. If he he might break it and turn it up and get inside the 10. You hit the tight end, it's a bang play, but he catches it and he's at the 15. You know what I'm saying? So, like, better chance of field goal, another opportunity, first down, or it's an opportunity to get a first down. You know, and I think, again, it goes back to what is the coach saying to the quarterback, you know, because sometimes I'll be sitting there like, fuck it, I'm about to try to deep ball too. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck it, I'm gonna let this bitch ride.
Yeah, you might throw it, but like, for me as a quarterback, I love.
In fact, I know that. I know last year, your first year in Cleveland, at the end of the year, just like, I'm gonna take this shot. Like, I feel good about this. I'm gonna take the shot. And we'll figure it out after that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I feel, because Kevin will let me know if things are green and when it's not green. Hey, we got points here. You know, we got points here. Let's try to, hey, we got a little win. So let's just try to get a little bit more. These are things Kevin's saying. Hey, we got a little win, so let's help hop out right here. When they say that, I know, okay, I might could take this one-on-one outside. Whoever it is, if it's Coop, Elijah, I can take this one-on-one. But I know if I just read out the just regular concept and just give it to the shallow or the check down, the running back, we a little bit closer, and that's going to help D-Hop. Like, we got points to tie it up to go in overtime. But let's try to win it, of course. But, like, we don't need to at the point. I can't remember how much time was left.
It wasn't a lot. We were probably like a minute and some change left.
That's a lot.
Which makes sense.
The 20?
Yeah. No, I'm saying they had enough time to score.
Oh, yeah.
They had time to do whatever they wanted.
Yeah, fast.
I'm saying it was just the game's running out.
Yeah, you're right.
All right, let's tap into the playoff matchups from this past weekend that we got. Let's just dive in a little bit. You saw the Ravens kind of 34-10 versus the Texans. You watched that, like, what was your thoughts on the game?
It made sense. Baltimore is a tough place to go into, regardless of when you play them. Week 1, last week of the divisional round of playoffs, whenever it is. They got a good defense, they're very stout. The thing with them, you got to score points. And if you don't score points, it's going to be hard because eventually they're going to score points. So, like, if you can keep them, I think it's probably been one team, maybe two teams that kept them under 12 points, 14 points. I think that was Pittsburgh early on the road. But, like, outside of that,
crazy thinking about that, yeah.
Eventually, he's going to use his legs. He's not a runner. He's a passer first. And that's what people get confused. Like, he's going to use his legs. He's not trying to use his legs. He's going to use them when he needs to. And that's going to give him big plays. And after that, they're just going to run the ball with the little power, the traps, and all that stuff. And then next thing you know, it's, boom, tight end likely is going to make a play. And then, they did a good job of containing CJ.
Now, Lamar to me is an absolute animal. But when I watch the game, thinking about CJ, right? Because I think CJ going to be known as a top 5 quarterback here really, really soon, if not already. But you remember we talked about that playoffs kind of speed you up?
Yeah.
That was the first time I've ever seen CJ start to look like rushed or uncomfortable.
Right.
And I think that has a lot to do with that defensive line. Like that, Clowney's playing like an animal. Like their whole front's playing like animals. And it just made things a little bit difficult. And then they got an alien back there in the defensive backfield, Kyle Hamilton. They got so many good things or positive attributes on the defensive side of the ball. They're fast at every level. They're big paws at every level. Like they just do a lot to make it difficult on quarterbacks, and I think they made it difficult on CJ.
No, for sure. And I hesitate to say it, but like this is not towards CJ or another. It's just in general, experience in the playoffs goes a long way. And Baltimore has that experience. They've been where they were Saturday. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look at the 2019 year, like they had a great team. It was really 2018, 2019. It's literally the same team. Most of the guys that starting now were guys that were either backups or playing a little bit. Like they had other guys, but like it's literally the same foundation and team, just with some new pieces. 2020, I think Lamar got hurt that year. And then he got hurt at 21 or one of those years. And then last year, like Lamar got hurt. So like they've been there before and they got the pieces to take it to another level. And I think like you can tell being on the road was a lot for Houston. They fought though. You gotta give them credit though.
They better. They built a program. They got something special going on up there. I'm happy for them. And they have the Buffalo Bills and Kansas City Chiefs. I was actually shocked. Like, as you see the game going, it just looked like the Bills were the better football team that night.
Yeah, especially in that first quarter, going to first half. You're like, the game should be a lot. The score should be a lot more.
They should have been up 14 points or something like that. Just made it more difficult. If you let Mahomes stay around, he go get your ass, man. He go get you.
Kansas City's defense has always been like this. They're bend but don't break defense. And when you get in the red zone, it's hard to score on Kansas City. And I've experienced that multiple times. Same coordinator, same guys, same foundation, same structure. It's very hard. You gotta force the issue and score when you're in the red zone. If you don't score, it's gonna be a long day because Mahomes gonna find a way to score.
And the fuck is up with these coaches running fake punts in the divisional round of the playoffs versus the Kansas City Chiefs?
It never worked. Yo,
I said, okay.
I had flashbacks, and I knew I was
it's over with.
They're not gonna win this game. I saw the same thing, dog, because I was caught off guard watching it. Are they about to punt? They're gonna have good field position. They can probably get a 3 and out, punt again, have another opportunity.
Tony Romo talking about that was a good play. Hey, no, the fuck it wasn't. All right, it was not a good play.
All right,
no, that's what Miko fumbled to the end zone.
Fumble, but they could have scored. But
should have scored.
The playoffs, way too close.
Let's not do that.
That's too much time ran off the clock. Like field position, all these things can just
It's crazy. Mahomes only threw for 215 yards. That was the most impressive 215 yards. Clutches 215 yards I've seen. I also want to give Josh Allen a shout out. He's getting a lot of flack right now. He was balling. That ball he threw to Diggs, it was not a perfect ball. Diggs did have to slow down, but that ball in those conditions, we need them. We need all them.
Using his feet, all that stuff. He definitely
Two guys I love to watch play.
Sure.
And that was the Kansas City Chiefs and the Bills, but what do you think about the Packers and the 49ers?
Crazy, man. I thought J Love was going to win that game. Like, they were winning the whole game until, the last, 2 minutes of the game.
It's crazy, those small plays, interception that should have happened early on in the first half, right? Ball that hits a safety in both hands because Brock Purdy, takes 2 hitches when he should have took 1. A bunch of little stuff. But you got to, especially when your team is the inferior team in terms of talent perspective, you got to take advantage of those little opportunities in order to be successful. But I think Jordan Love really solidified himself in terms of who he is as a quarterback, and I think people are going to be looking at him really, really different moving forward.
Yeah, I agree. Proud of him too, man. He doing a hell of a job.
Doing big things. Hey, J Love, I need a jersey back here, and what? I need a Cleveland Browns jersey, fam. I'm out here struggling. Hey, could you sign the next one? You the only jersey.
On that?
No, this is sign free. Jalen Hurts didn't sign his either, so. I got one of 6 game worn Jalen Hurts 2 jerseys. So you said you gonna sign this one?
I'm gonna sign that one, and I'm gonna send you a brown one.
Let's make it happen.
Bet.
You got anything else for the people?
Man, that's it. I mean, hold on. Did Chicago end up? Who they take as their OC?
Chicago hasn't hired an OC yet. I don't believe. Let me look and make sure.
It's Cliff, right?
I think. Wait. No. Actually, Chicago did hire OC.
Right.
They hired Shane Waldron from Seattle.
Okay.
I think it's Shane Waldron. Yeah, let me make sure. I'm pretty sure it's Shane Waldron. But he was Geno's OC, and I thought he did a fantastic job.
Wait, so he got fired from Seattle?
Well, you know that when they let go of the head coach, I think that all the coaches are...
Yeah, you're right.
I hate that for Geno, though. So Shane Waldron, to me, super creative. He did a great job. He understands how to run the football, and I think the Chicago Bears were killing the run game anyway with the last OC with Getsy.
Yeah.
But he also can marry some pass concepts together. I think that Justin and Geno are not that similar, but I don't think Caleb is similar to Geno either. So I don't know what they plan on doing.
I was going to ask
he's going to have to, You're gonna have to kind of change the game plan a little bit.
My question is for the 3 quarterbacks. You got Drake, you got Daniels,
Caleb,
and then you got Williams. Yep, Caleb. None of those guys ever got under center, right? Maybe.
I think Jaden got under center a little bit.
Like they had him going to the command. You know, all this stuff can change. This is all conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Do you see that a good fit for the Commanders?
Which one? Who? Jaden? I mean, who you got?
Yeah, JD. You got Caleb? I think Chicago for right now.
They said Caleb won to Chicago.
2 was
Drake May.
JD. No, they had Drake going to New England 3.
To New England? I think that Jaden Daniels would be amazing. Okay. Last year is so much like I need to know the OC. I need to know what they're going to do in order to protect him because he did really well last year, right? But they did some different things on offense that allowed him to be successful. If you watch the tape from the year before, there's nothing about the guy that we saw play last year that looks like the guy who played the year before.
Right.
Right. And I don't think that NFL coaches spend enough time like going back and talking to the last year's offensive coordinator about what made them successful. Hey, right. What are the things that allowed him to make this turn from somebody who's just okay, right? Likely a 7-6 round draft pick into being a first round, like bona fide quarterback. So it really depends on how they do it. Did that happen with you? Like, did your coaches ever go back and holler at somebody from previous years in order to make sure you were doing things the way that, you know what I'm saying, would make you successful?
I know OB, you know, he had his system, what Tom Brady and those guys was doing. And then when I became the full starter, you know, after halftime, the next week, you know, we kind of kept it basic because everybody was we missing tight ends, missing receivers. And then the next week is when we pulled out the college, everything shot. You got motions from all over the place. Somebody's going vertical. Hop is running a drift, and then the backside is running under. You know what I'm saying? And that's where we was like, we was cooking up the league. Like my season in Houston as a rookie, like I think I was leading everybody. I was leading touchdown. I think I had like 21 touchdowns, and everybody else had like 10, 11. Like I was going crazy. You know what I'm saying? And I tore my ACL, so you know it is what it is. But I think like the coaches have to go back to their college and figure out, all right, or at least the OC. How did you make this guy perform like he performed? You know what I'm saying? And how can I translate it to my system for everybody to understand at this level? You know, and I think that would go a long way for all 3 of those guys because none of those guys, maybe North Carolina, but nah, they were spread too, right?
Nah, they were spread too. Like none of the guys, I think North Carolina's offense was the furthest from the NFL than any of those guys. Right. Probably Jaden Daniels had the most realistic looks in terms of what he can do on Sunday, then Caleb, then Jaden. But Caleb's offense is so funny that Cliff King, I mean, that offensive staff does such a good job scheming guys open that sometimes it gets a little easy. He didn't protect super great for him, but it's going to be interesting. I haven't really sat down and really grinded on their tape. I'm going to do that in the next couple of weeks, and we'll watch it together when I come into LA. We'll kind of dive in.
Too, though. And I seen this one on TV. I seen that Bill Belichick, his coaching, you know, like the vibe around him is losing it. Why is that? Like why nobody want Bill?
You tell me. You had to play against him, man.
I'm trying to figure out too. I only played against him. You know what I'm saying?
Time out. The only team that's even really interviewing him is Atlanta.
But I'm hearing Atlanta is fading away. Slowly.
It's cooling off.
Why?
I think it's because of his age. You know, how much longer can he coach? 5 years? Bill Belichick got to be 70, right?
Yeah.
I mean, who's been coaching?
You know he going to stack up the assistant coaches, so he ain't got to do too much. You feel me?
That boy's 71 years old.
He got for sure another 5 years.
What? Man, might not be walking in 5 years. I mean, he looks in good health. He looks good spirits. I seen that man with his shirt off in that porch picture not too long ago. So my boy, a wild boy. So Bill probably, you know what I'm saying, you know, a lot more nimble than we think.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. If Atlanta don't take Bill Belichick,
Mhm.
Jim Harbaugh goes to L.A.,
L.A.
who Atlanta gets. And I'm only speaking on Atlanta just because they were the topic right now.
What'd you say? You said always speaking on Atlanta because that's the one you heard
Oh,
about the most.
well, we just been speaking on them a lot, but Cam, Bill. So if Atlanta don't take Bill Belichick and Jim Harbaugh is going to L.A. for what they say, who takes over Atlanta? Do you go young?
I think they go young with like a Bobby Slowik, because they got to draft a quarterback. You gotta get a young guy. I think they got to trade a couple pieces to get a guy.
Who's the fourth
I think
quarterback?
that they trade up. Fourth quarterback, probably Michael Penix.
Oh, Mike. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Would you take
But
Mike?
the only thing, so Mike got some knocks though. Is he got bad knees and he's a little bit older. Not that would scare me off him that much. I would probably try and trade up as high as I could and figure out what quarterback I can get.
Like Bo Nix? Not for Atlanta?
Bo Nix to me he played a lot better than I think people give him credit for. He's just so old. I think he's even older than Mike and than Penix. I think the Cleveland Browns should go ahead and grab my dog. T.
Hey, T.
Hello.
T. Oh, what's up with us, man? We was over here. I know you was down the road with family ties. You know, Avery, afraid to. Saying
that check.
You don't get the ball. We want to pass the ball. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna pass it a lot. You know what I'm saying? To Chubb and Ford.
He ain't gotta leave the state. He ain't gotta leave the state.
And we're gonna take good care of you. The Cleveland fans gonna love you. They're gonna love you to death. And we got the Clemson ties. We didn't get to play with each other, but this is our opportunity. So like, man, come on over to the land, man. We get lit over here, I'm telling you. You already know what's up. That was my open.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know you're LA Rehab and Watt.
Yeah.
What I do need to know is what are your 4 restaurants you going to right now in the Los Angeles area?
Right now, if I had to pick, I'm going Delilah's.
You're gonna get the chicken tenders. Who goes to a fancy restaurant and get the chicken tenders? But that is him. Okay.
I'm going Noble Malibu.
Going Nobu, you're gonna get what is it? The fish and the raw fish and the yellowtail. Okay, hello.
Got to. So many options, dog. I'll probably say Catch just because it's classic LA. You know what I'm saying? Just.
I know what number 4 should be. Number 4 should be number 4 just because of the great nights that we've had in this establishment. But I'm going to let you say 4 on your own.
Oh, what's this?
Come on, man. Where Stoney lost it.
Town?
Hello? We had a couple great nights in town.
Sure. My dogs it was faded.
That night was completely epic. You know?
Too, I'm like, yo, Stoney, like, he ain't gonna make it through the night. I'm just letting y'all know. He good, bro. He good. All right. Midway through that, he could have messed up the whole dinner if I would have told Malik to go
take my boy to the bathroom.
Yo, we ain't gonna have no food here. And we was on the stage. You know how Tao set up? Like, it's the stage and it's nothing but like stairs and like
everybody's looking at us. And you was a star athlete in the restaurant that night. It was all eyes on deck.
Bad
business. The other time we went, the time before that we went there, we went with our dog Dwayne Kaiser. Who was the other quarterback who was there with us?
No,
was it Manny?
That too.
Yeah, it was Dwayne, Manny, and Deshaun Kaiser, and you. We got the.
It was one more. It was a young guy. I can't remember who though, because we trained at Thousand Oaks a little bit and at UCLA. I can't remember whoever it was.
It wasn't CJ. I forget. It was definitely a young quarterback with us though.
Yeah,
and that boy Dwayne skipped out on the bill. Lost the bet, skipped out on the bill.
He lost the football bet. Was throwing. I think it was throwing in the trash cans or the goalposts.
You cheated in the football bet, just so everybody's clear. You cheated.
Nah, I was right on point. I would have lost anyway. But anyway, So, and I had a feeling too, bro. Like we vibing, we having a good time. We all just laughing, joking around. And then he's like, "All right, Dwayne, but you got it. Yeah, you lost. Yeah, I take care of y'all. Order what y'all want. We order." He just
Do it big. That person, I'm gonna go to the bathroom real quick. I'm gonna be right back.
Bro, we look at the clock. It's 30 minutes later. 45 minutes later. Bro, what Dwayne at? Y'all text, bro? He's straight. Go. I had to leave. Like, what? You just dip out on us like that? All right, man.
I'm gonna send the cash app request.
Send the cash app. Got to. That took about a month to come in too.
Dwayne was a funny guy, man. Rest in peace to my dog.
Yeah, rest in peace, man.
That is it for QB Unplugged. Man, if you stay with us this long, that means you loved it. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, all that if you're watching here on YouTube. Make sure you tap in and join the Dog Pound exclusive community on Lockerverse.